poem's called Almost Saved, and hence, that coupled with a few verses that we're going to kind of explore after this is why we're doing this topic on our Youth Day. So please bear with me. And the poem is Almost Saved. 2 words, combined and strategically defined to form the biggest oxymoron in the history of mankind. Almost. See, as far as the world's concerned, you can live your life vile and you can almost get away with murder if you have a nice smile. Like you can almost meet folks to almost sleep around and go to your local doctor while you almost had a child. See, almost is no stranger to Satan. Here's proof. He only tells lies that are almost the truth. And it's amazing. In our incompleteness, we find complacence. So if almost is one of Lucifer's many traits, then we are inadvertently good at Satan impersonations. But on the contrary, Christ did his job fully. And he proved he was God when he died on the cross like it was his duty. To pardon my iniquities that I committed rudely, he resurrected from the grave just to tell death to excuse me. But excuse me, this is your life. And that's something I can't impose on, because your body is God's home that wasn't loaned to get foreclosed on. See, an almost Christian looks right, but lives wrong. Can't stand the conviction in Romans, so we sit down to be comforted in Psalms. Never understood real worship, but love to sing songs like, I surrender almost. Because it's far too expensive to spend your life on something that doesn't appeal to your 5 senses. See, nowadays Christianity is like expensive trainers. Not functional use, but we just rock it because it's stylish. Not righteous, but right-ish. So now all God sees is a pile of Ishmaels when he intended for Isaacs. And we're moved by how we feel, so we're saved when we feel like it. So technically we've never really been saved, we've merely tried it. So no wonder we're never sold out when we return it after we buy it. Now, I'm breaking it down for you because you need to beware that your life could lack the very standards that you need to be there. Because on that final day of judgment, when God's receiving his heir, will he say, son, well done, or medium rare? Because even by worldly standards, it would be highly insane to start spending all your money days before you almost get paid. Like parents, would you send your kids to a school that was almost safe? And ladies, would you really marry a man who claimed that he was almost straight? And this is the very thing about God that we try to get around, because his standards are like between 2 mountains. There's no middle ground. So a halfway life is unprofitable to you. Because after all, the Bible studies, the Sabbath schools, the song services, and everything that comes between, God will say, I never knew you. But that's not even the worst part of living a life as neutral. It's that you were once Arctic, but it's your warmness that's causing him to spew you. And this is the very thing that had me. I was bound and held down by the unforgiving gravity of my spiritual reality. I was a Christian, or at least I portrayed the fantasy, with a filthy personal life, but a God bless you, brother, happy Sabbath personality. I was a male, enveloped by guilt because I was stamped a sinner. I said I was a male, enveloped by guilt because I was stamped a sinner. My message couldn't be received because I didn't represent the sender, yet I was almost delivered. Until that day, when I absolutely and completely surrendered. I took heed to the prophet who proclaimed it was time for change. Now I'm no longer bound to sin, point blank, unchained. You can ask Umar Abdul Muttalib. He'll tell you the same. You don't almost go to jail when you almost blow up a plane. Like you don't almost go to hell when you almost get saved. Despise the cross that he was slain and thus the cause for which he came, but don't worry, I'm almost done. But before I leave this stage, I have one more thing to say. We have all worked in sin, and death was minimum wage. I said we have all worked in sin, and death was minimum wage. And if it wasn't for Christ, we would have almost got paid.